Hey, here we go with another exciting video. I'm going to make these, and I'm going to make them out of plywood. Now, these do have a curve in them, which I cannot replicate with plywood. So what I'm getting at is that I may make these and they're of no ecking use at all. I'm trying to save myself a couple of bucks before I go to the upholsterer in California. So the plan is now to remove this cover, then lay this on the plywood and cut it out. And I haven't even got the saw yet. I've got to go and buy a saw, a little jigsaw. However, weapons of choice today are side cutters. Not sure which ones I shall need. A flat blade screwdriver. Not sure if I shall need. And my favourite, Jaguar. In fact, I must powder coat that. Must powder coat it, because it looks tatty. Why do I need this? You may ask yourself, because I'm going to commit suicide. No, it's to try and get it under here. I know this is not a good thing to do with a knife, but then again, I never was one for doing good things with knives. Not that I've done any really bad things with knives, but there you go. Now, the plan is, as you can see, that one isn't strong enough. So, I may just have to do some brute force and ignorance, and I got plenty of that, as I know you will all agree. Especially the ignorance bit. Keep your fingers away, don't stab towards you. Okay, let's see. Yeah, maybe it was a good idea to have both side cutters. We don't know. We not knowing, see. And what I will do is I'm going to powder coat these. Now I wonder. Oh, there's a thought. Can I? Nope. Don't do it, Gary, because you're going to damage the hole, and we need the hole to be neat. Alright, I don't think that's a good way to do it. What I'm going to do is take everything else off, and take these rivets off from the other side by grinding their head off. Right, so screwdriver into these, I would imagine. Will be the order of the day. Making sure you don't drop these on the floor and stand on them, because that'll hurt. Beg my pardon. Just had a swig of beer, and it's a Japanese Ichiban. Very nice beer, but a bit on the gassy side. Rather like me. Rather nice, but a bit on the gassy side. These should just hopefully slide out. If I can get the angle of the dangle right. Yeah, look at that. So they're all going to come out. I'll put those in a Ziploc. And we'll send those off with, well, not send them off, we'll take them and give them to the upholsterer. That way, there's a few more bucks saved. So even if he doesn't use my bits of plywood, at least I'll have saved a clip. Whoopee. Okay, that appears to just be glued. Yep, that's glued. There's a rusty old one there. Rusty and crusty. Sorry, I'm really just getting a bit of my head. Geez, a bit of my head there. Let me try and stay away from the camera, because you ain't going to see much otherwise, are you? So I'm just hooking these out. And you might want to fast forward while I do this and make yourself a cup of coffee, pour yourself a nice beer, gin and tonic, a sherry. Oh yeah, a glass of sherry, what? Eh? Oh, come along now, old chap. Thank you. See how kind I was then? I turned it rather than lean over and block your view of someone taking a staple out. I mean, you know that's really interesting, staple removal. Especially if you're on a diet. Staple diet. Okay. Don't worry, the jokes get worse. I dropped that one on the floor. I will find that in a minute. But I'm not going to show you how I find it. My screwdriver's a little bit magnetized. Damn, gave the secret away. There's a slash line there on the hardboard where someone had trimmed this all those years ago. Oh, and there, look at that. Back in 1964. It actually may have even been in 63 because this one, oh, do you know what? I can't remember exactly, but I think it was February that it was brought to the dealer, so they probably made this one around Christmas time in 63. Okay, let's have a look and see, shall we? Oh, they hit a staple there. Ooh. You stay there. There's one staple. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one. Okay. So, let me just hold on a second. This is interesting. I wonder if they'll want that. It's a bit old and manky. Now they can replace it with a new piece. So now, what Juan has to do, doesn't Juan? I don't know why he's here. Good old Juan. Juan Tanamero. What the hell does that mean? Okay, I can't do that yet. I've got to take these out. I'm just going to zzz and zzz. Just want to get the heads off. Then I'm going to powder coat these brackets before I put them back on. And I will straighten them too because they're kind of bent and buggered. And that was me what did it. But this is the piece of hardboard, and what I shall do is I shall clamp it. You know, good old. Well, here it all is clamped up. I don't have clamps long enough to reach into here, so I just hold it down and then run my pen along and my little cycles. And make sure I do that angle there. And now the trick is in here. I mean, it doesn't have to be that precise on the inside here, but obviously I want to get it as close as I can to the original. But the outside, of course, has to be a little more precise because it fits in the back of the seat. So that's where I'll try and do my bestest. Okay, and these holes here. Right. Oh, and I've already done around the outside. So, oh, let's do the reveal, shall we? Oh, and another little stupid thing that you may or may not care about. When I store my pens, I store them that way up. That way the tip stays moist and they're ready to use when I want to use them. Just a silly little thing I do that you probably think is stupid. Woo! My super duper Harbor Freight clips. These ones I think I got from Ace. Pretty good. They're not really strong, but they're pretty good for holding shit in place. And there we are. The big reveal. What I shall do is now look and go 2, 2, and 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Dent, another 2, 3, 4, 15 there. And this side, 1, 2, 3, and those, yep. Oh, I've done it. I got it right. It makes it a bit dirty, but again, does it really matter? So now I can drill the holes. I've got to go and buy a saw, a jiggy saw. Jiggy, 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 let's get jiggy with it, jiggy, jiggy. Jiggy saw. And I need some really fine blades because the jigsaw, it tends to burst. I'll have to see what they've got. Give me an excuse to wander to Harbor Freight. I don't ever buy a precision tool from Harbor Freight, that's not my idea, but the rest of the stuff there, fine. Unfortunately, a lot of it is made in China, but some of it is, well, it gets the job done. There you go. All right, next I guess I'll start to cut this, drill the holes and cut it. Do I drill the holes first, or do I drill the holes second, or does it really make any fucking difference to anything? Probably not. Okay, back in a moment. All right, just going to do a quick kind of before and after on these. These are the clips. I actually soaked these in a paint stripper. It did fuck all. So next job is to get these pieces and go blast them. Once they're blasted, then I'll powder coat them. And then we'll move on to cutting the wood. Right, here they are, powder coated. Looking rather nice. Couple of light areas, but I'm not worried because it's inside the seat. It's not going to get moisture or anything like that. So, yeah, you know, look, I've got an area here where I didn't quite get the powder coat in there. But again, I'm not worried about this. So my next task will be to cut out those pieces of wood and attach these brackets the right way round, because otherwise I'll be looking like an idiot. And then what? Oh. Then I think that's pretty much all I can do on the interior prior to getting my car back, which unfortunately is not around at the moment. And well, we'll get there. When I get my car back, you guys are going to be inundated with videos. All right, this one's going to be fun. I need to cut this now. I've got this tool. Yeah, Harbor Freight again. It's, I don't know what you want to call it, an orbital cutter. And I've clamped this piece of wood on here because I believe that if I do it, the distance between this edge, which will be up against this wood, and this line is 1 inch and a 1/16. I'm about to find out. stand by for some noise. Gonna be hot. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let me get you guys. What do you think? Okay, I got my measurement slightly off, maybe by a 1/16 of an inch. That's okay, I can file that down. Yeah, and I fucked up on the end there because I had this clamp in the way. But that little tool did it rather than... in fact, I want to say that did it really neatly. On the underside there, it hasn't ripped it apart. In fact, if anything, it's ripped it apart up here more. So maybe leaving that 1/16 on was a good idea. So I'll get a file on this and sand it, file it down. That's not bad. Now I can drill these holes because I can clamp it now, and I couldn't clamp it before because it was too wide. And I wanted a piece of wood underneath when I drill the holes through so it doesn't burst so much. All right, and then, oh, we got the bigger mofo to do. So I'm going to have to drill some holes, and that one's going to be fun. It'll be probably 2 or 3 times of doing it, and what I mean by that is because I want to clamp it down each time. I'll show you, and then you can just ignore and laugh and do whatever it is you do. Go in the corner and have a gin and tonic, or go in the corner and do, you know, naughty things to yourself, because it's tools and wood. And I think I'm fair in saying that tool cost me 25 bucks. Yep, you know, Harbor Freight again. It's not a precision tool, but it's a fucking good tool. And you get one of these little cutters with it. So I bought some extra cutters because I knew I'd probably fuck something up. Wow, I'm impressed. Am I easily impressed? I don't know. That's your decision, not mine. Next we'll move on to cutting the rest of it out and see how that goes. Some of it will be just manual, some of it will be with pieces of wood. Okay, if you do this, you're going to need 3 different size drills. For this one hole here, just that one there, which is where the pin comes through, that little baby is a 23/64. The other holes where the clips go in, that is an 11/32. And for the bottom, and let me take you round here, where those brackets attach, that is, give me a second, an 11/64. So we have an 11/64, we have an 11/32, and we have a 23/64. So those are the 3 sizes you need when you're making this particular panel. Hope that helps. Okay, so understanding that I am no carpenter. I am no woodwork expert. I do what I think is right. If you disagree, that's your choice, especially if you're a professional at this. I'm not. So I've clamped a piece of wood underneath. So the theory being that when I go through, it doesn't burst out so much. Let's see what we do, huh? And I center punched it so that the drill wouldn't go walkabout. All right, so drill those holes, and I know I go on about this Harbor Freight a lot. No precision tools, don't bother. I bought a 29 drill piece set. Christ, it was less than $20. Now, for doing this, they're nice sharp jaws, and if they don't last 5 minutes, it really doesn't matter, does it? Because I've got nice clean cut holes, and when you're waking on your when you're waking on your baby. All right, so let's take the clamps off. Sorry, you're sitting on the wood, so you may get moved. Give me a second here, guys. Just going to move you a bit, and let's see. Well, there are the 3 holes. They didn't burst terribly. They burst a bit, of course, but that's okay. It's never going to be seen, but I just wanted to make it as best I could. So there we go. Now, what I have to do is cut the rest of this out. And the reason, or even the reason I wrote back 1 is I want to make sure that when I put these clamps on, I got them round the right way. So my next bit is I'm going to trim these off. I'm going to cut in here, and I'm going to do it freehand. I mean, I'll clamp the piece of wood down on my crappy old workmate that really needs new boards, so that it doesn't dance around. But that's all I'm going to do. I guess I'll let you watch. All right, you may not be in the best position for a view, but well, tough shit. This is not anything I have ever attempted before, so we'll see how it goes. It seems that this thing gets really burnt up, and there's no speed adjustment, but let's see. Not so bad. Let me move you. Alright, I went a little wonky on that. Okay, can't complete that cut because the clamp's in the way. you got dusty there, didn't you? All right, so now what I'm going to do is finish trimming this off, do that other cut over the other side. It doesn't have to be that precise, but it's just nice to get it as best I can. Then we will do this one. I'm going to have to that's going to be a tricky one. I have to do some drilling of some holes, and so I can get the bit in. That's going to be fun. Back in a minute. Okay, so now I need to cut the hole in the middle, and rather than put a piece of wood, it doesn't matter too much, so I'm gonna try and go with my little cutter. But first, one does need to put some holes in so we can get the drill in. And just move that a little bit. Now, I don't think I need them up here, but I'm going to put one in anyway. All right, now, let's see. Now, do note, this is, as one of my friends says, oh, it's a router tool. You can't cut with that. Well, guess what? You can. You just have to be... Nope, let's... Hang on, let me move you a bit. Let's go this way. Now, it doesn't have to be terribly accurate here, because this is just the back. But, let's see how it goes. Sorry, I had to stop there, otherwise I was going to be cutting my bench in pieces. So, okay, that's done one. So now we'll move it and reclamp it. We're going to do a jed. We're going to go jed clamp it. Now, this may be terribly boring for you, but I don't care. Let us see. So, do that. And we'll clamp that there. I will be sanding all of these and trying to make them look pretty. That's going to be the big one, that big curve. But that will be done freehand, of course. Oh, ouch. Alright, so let's get me a little bit in here. Switch her on and go for it. Okay, so you get the idea. I have the speeds high or what it is. Seems to burn its way through. I'm going to finish this off now. You don't need to see me doing that. You know what's going to happen. And then I'll show the end result. Okay, I'm going to show you the final cut. Now, it ain't pretty. I'm not going for perfection here. It doesn't really matter. But, just wanted to show you. This is what you do. Well, there you go. That's it. Now, the next piece of work that I'm going to do is I'll sand all of this. The interior doesn't matter too much. It's acceptable. I'm going to get some coarser grit sandpaper to take this down to the ledge. Or the line, sorry. Clean this up. And we'll be good to go. Then I'll go make another one. I hope you guys do find that of interest. It is something I've never attempted before. But shit, some other fucker did it. Why can't I? That's the way I look at it. Unless you need a special machine and, you know, 10 years of education, but it's a piece of wood. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm now going to go and put this onto my new piece of software that I have, which has all sorts of wonderful features that I haven't used yet, and you will see those in the future when I start fucking around with shit. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Doesn't cost a fucking dime. Do that. Thumbs down. Oh, thumbs down. No, can we start with a thumbs up, please? That would be preferable. And if you don't like my shit, well, thumbs down. But that's your choice, isn't it, huh? You don't have to watch my shit. There we go. This is a Jaguar Mark II front seat rear panel. You know what I'm saying. Oh, I can do a Joe Biden. You know what I mean. You know, the thing. You know, because I'm a fucking moron and I'm in charge of America. Oh, God help us all. Sorry, went political again, didn't I? Damn it. Hey, if any of you want to get the truth about what's going on in America, tune to Australia Sky News. How sad. Sorry, on my bandwagon once again. Next. What the fuck is next? Don't know. So we'll revert. Like, comment, subscribe, ding the dong. Have fun, get out in that garage and do some shit. Okay, final chapter on this. Getting these two back retainers in position with the split washers and my little anvil. Yeah, again, Harbor Freight. And the split copper